When last we left, you had set out from the small farming village along the Willow River on your way back to Cornith. Um, After defeating the Ettins and sealing the rift that had opened in the tunnels underneath the city, underneath the village. Um, you spent about almost 2 whole days in the village in the on the high plains, and then and now you have caught a ride with Erwin, who is one of them. He's a merchant and a sailor, and he's actually kind of, you guys are paying for your passage by having Ember help uh, man the ship as he brings supplies for the year closing celebration back to Cornith from the village.
We also
Um,
visited the Royal Tree and learned about the new Dryad.
yes, that was at the beginning of last game,
Yep.
right? Yep.
Yes.
So you yeah, after a short trip to the World Tree and then on to the village, you fought the Ettins and then defeated them. Spent the night at Connor Collins' uh, house, where you enjoyed a nice hot bowl of chili,
Oh,
recipe passed on by a guy named Tony
hey.
Tony the Texan.
from Texas, and then caught a ride back to after defeating the Ettins under the village in the tunnels under the village. You caught a ride with Erwin the sailor, and now you are preparing to re-enter Cornith as the sun has set. You're still probably, you talk to Erwin, you're still probably about an hour sail along the Willow River. Um, as long as you have the wind at your back, you should be fine to get there like just after nightfall. The sun is setting. What are you guys doing on the boat during this half-day journey back to Cornith?
Well, do I have a job? He
Well,
said he wanted someone to help.
you definitely have a job steering the boat and
Okay.
manning the sails, helping him with that.
Can Harper help with that? She knows how to, right?
Does, yes,
Okay.
and she
Can I be
can.
useful in that form? I mean, I'm rested, right? So
Well, you're rested, but I don't think you know how to sail a boat.
okay. I just didn't know if I could help move things.
I mean, if he's strong, she can always say like, "Hey, pull on this and help
Yeah,
me with this."
yeah.
that's what I mean. I can learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Harper and Ember can help you with it.
Okay. I just want to be
Yeah.
useful.
Yep.
I don't do
Pull out the
anything.
sea. God damn it.
I'm
So
sitting
you
around
know-
making elf rope.
That's fine. You've been the tank, so I think you can just rest.
Yeah.
I'm not offering to lift anything.
Don't look at me.
And Algid is spending most of her time studying her spells and kind of replenishing her magic. You realize that closing that portal must have taken a lot out of her, so she seems very quiet on your journey back.
Does she need anything? Does she need food or any kind of
Quiet. She just wants to study her spells. So you know that you are just like tomorrow morning is the eve of the first day of the year-end celebrations. So the day one is the day after tomorrow, which is reaping day. And not being from Cornith, really, like you came from other places. Erwin offers you some information about the year-end celebrations, although you've kind of heard some of it before. But you can also ask him about the year-end celebrations if you want.
Yeah,
because
I mean, if we're
celebrated
just gonna
all
be
over
here
the
on the
High
boat,
Plains.
we can this would be a good time to stand around and talk
Yeah,
instead of like once we get there,
yeah. So yeah, he says, Yar, He goes, we'll be landing just in time for the eve of reaping day, first day of the year end.
So what kind of celebrations do they have? Like what is the eve of reaping day a big deal?
He goes, it's a busy day,
Mm-hmm.
big busy. Everyone very rushing around, especially in the big city, trying to put up decorations. Everybody's trying to out fancy each other, you know, putting final touches on their fancy outfits. They get they you know, there's lots of music and eating, but mostly on the eve, people are doing a lot of cooking and baking, so they don't have to spend their whole day preparing meals for reaping day.
Okay.
Reaping day, usually it's a lot of fresh veggies, you know, corn and taters and lots of potatoes and pumpkins and the like.
Things
All
from the
the
harvest.
Yeah, exactly. Reaping day is that. He goes, and the little ones run around and they wear reaping day costumes and they try to scare each other. He goes, and there's
That's on the first day?
yeah, I
Okay.
I'm
So there'd be
glad
a
I know
lot of
that's-
kids in costumes running around?
he goes, yeah, indeed. Some of the less serious grown-ups do it too.
Okay.
You know.
I'm glad I know that now. That would be
So we
embarrassing
can
if I hurt
expect Burke
somebody.
to be in a costume when we get there.
He says, "Oh, lots of Oh, yeah. Are you talking about you're talking about the bard? Burke
Yes.
the bard? Ah, yeah. He'll probably be performing. There's lots of singing, lots of dancing, and lots of drinking on
Mhm.
reaping day." And he goes,
Okay.
and then, you know, the second day is the feast of grace. More serious like. People usually go to visit the temples of their god or goddess.
Mhm.
They give thanks for all of the things that they have and that they've learned through the year, and
Okay.
usually spend time more peaceful like with relatives. It's called the Feast of Grace. So he goes, and then also all of the temples are open for the whole day. Usually people are go there and they pray to their god or goddess, and then
Mhm.
they bring, you know, most of the temples will bring out like their most important artifacts, the ones that they keep locked away most of the time, and show them off, you know.
Mhm. Okay.
He goes, then day 3 is called coin day, and that's when you're supposed to give twice as much as you get. So if you have plenty, you're supposed to give plenty to those who don't have it.
Okay.
He goes, usually it's okay to, you know, you can get by with just handing out copper pieces. Most of the time people don't take it too serious. He goes,
Okay.
but he goes, but there's the coin day cakes. Oh, those are good. And if you get a piece of the coin day cake that has a coin in it, you have to pay everyone at the party at least one coin. So if there's a platinum piece in the coin day cake, you have to give a platinum to every person at that party.
Wow.
What if you can't afford to?
And he goes,
And don't eat the cake.
then don't
Yeah.
eat the cake. Yeah.
I should be safe.
He says, most of the time people only put a copper or something like that in the cake. Only the really wealthy folk put platinum in there, if that. Because
Okay.
I hear the queen puts a diamond in her coin day cake.
Oh,
Hmm.
someone could
I
choke on
can't
it.
imagine she would do that to her subjects unless she was just planning to give away the diamond.
Because maybe it's just a rumor. I don't know.
Yeah.
He goes, then day 4 is the Fair of Miracles. That's usually when there's like magic and fireworks and lots more drinking, a lot of drinking. And that goes all the way through to the next day. Usually people stay up all night during the Fair of Miracles.
Uh-huh.
There's music and dancing. Lots of people Lots of babies are born about 9 months after the Fair of Miracles.
Okay.
And he goes,
I
and
feel
then
like
finally,
this Osen would have loved this festival.
Mm-hmm. He probably has been to it.
Yeah.
he says, and then finally, the last day is the Sacrament of the Moon, where everybody kind of peacefully winds up the year. Usually, people take down their decorations, and they sing a lot of songs, but like peaceful like songs, not party songs.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of people that get engaged to marry on the Sacrament of the Moon.
Okay.
Lots of people get married on the Sacrament of the Moon. Bless you. He goes, there's the capital city now. You see, it's full dark by the time you get there.
Where are we going first?
Castle.
Castle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, Sandal has a priest he wants to kill, so
Well, I want to go and
Inform everybody first,
bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that the slaughter is justified.
when did we start caring about that?
I mean, it's justified in our minds. We just don't want any new trouble.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's still happening, regardless of.
It's
if she's
happening
like,
with or without your blessing, so I'll take your blessing.
All right. So you say your goodbyes to Erwin. You see that he pulls around. Actually, he brings with your help. He brings the little kind of, it's not little, it's a skiff. So it's one of those flatbed things, and there's tons of bushels of vegetables and things from the harvest that have been loaded up onto the skiff. And he goes, you're a pretty good sailor there. He goes, all of you, thank you for your help. He goes,
Thanks for the ride.
actually, I know you probably don't need it, but I could really use some help unloading all this stuff onto the pier. Since we got here so late, I'll give you each 3 gold pieces if you help me unload.
Is any of my crew around?
Not you can see the Victory Jewel. It's across the docks.
I'll help him.
All right. Well, we have to get to the castle, but I said I can send some crew from the Victory Jewel to help you as payment for the ride.
He goes, oh, thank you, big, appreciate it.
Is there somebody that I can just send a message? I know he's at the
You
ship.
can have Harper probably take it over.
Well, she's probably going to want to come with us.
He says, no, I'll go.
All right. I say, can you
You might
just run
need
a
a break.
message over to Bert to help this man unload since he helped us get up here?
He goes, of course.
She's like, and I'll pay them. He doesn't have to pay them.
Shall I meet you back at Downey Tower or at the castle?
I mean, hopefully you'll just be right behind us so you can come to the castle.
Okay.
And I look at her, I say, remember, avoid any Pelor people.
Is she cleaned up now?
She is.
She's
took
in
some
her
time.
regular clothes?
She got some clothes back in the village.
Okay, so she looks different than when she was there, right? Like,
Yeah, she's not. I mean, her clothes were burnt.
okay. But I mean, right. And she was disguised before. Now she must look really different because her hair's kind of different too.
Yeah, it's gone on one side.
Well, you said it started to grow back. It's not like skin, right?
No, it's not skin, but I mean, it's short.
She's got a nice 80s do going on.
All right. So I say, yeah, just come to the castle.
So it's gonna look cool.
Okay, I'll
I
see.
say, have someone come with you if you want.
I'll be okay. And she just
And
walks.
if you see Reza, you can have him walk with you. I don't know what he's been up to.
He goes, okay. If he's at the Victory Jewel, I'll get him.
Okay.
Tell him you want him. All right. So, by the way, do you guys talk about your plan? Do you know what you're doing?
Well, that was like we You want to go
Same.
talk to the queen and tell her what we found out about Brother Anselm? And then are we just gonna march right in there and
Yep.
take this guy on?
I know I promised him I wouldn't hit any more kneecaps, but I can't keep that. promise.
What was the name of the priest in Pine Hill? Was that the name of it?
There's Mayor Parsons, Collins.
Pine Pass.
Pine Pass.
I actually didn't write that one down.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's the one I didn't either.
You're making me
And
look
I
bad.
remember asking him, like, getting to know him and trying to find out about the guy, but I don't think I wrote it, or I wrote it in with some
Oh.
of the other names.
Oh, you mean the cleric
Yeah,
pass?
yeah.
His name was.
The one who told us about Anselm.
Yeah. Gilbert. Brother Gilbert.
Brother Gilbert.
Brother Gilbert.
I won't forget that.
And yet I did
Or will I?
again.
It's pouring. Pouring rain.
It's all dry here and hot.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I don't mind, but it's been like 115 for a bunch of days.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
You know.
You
We
look
go
nice
up-
with your beard trimmed down, by the way. I saw the picture on Facebook, but this is the first time I've seen you.
Oh,
since
it was so hot, man.
yeah. Does it
It was
feel
just like a-
good?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's nice. I could
I would
breathe.
imagine like sleeping is the time when it would bother you the most.
Oh,
like-
especially when you wake up and it's halfway up your face and you're
yeah.
yeah. No, it's time for a little something different. So
You should just sleep laying down on a bed instead of hanging from the ceiling upside
whatever,
down.
man. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell him how to live his life.
Hey man, my
How
back's
is your
never been
beard?
better.
How is your beard in your face while you're?
No, it
Because I
happens.
sleep face down.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh,
It comes-
because when you slide down your pillow, it kind of like
Yeah, or
I
if
get
I
it.
do this or whatever, man. It was,
I
I mean,
honestly,
it was pretty long. So
yeah. I don't think I've ever had it really like my beard doesn't. My beard's been full, but it kind of like
rough.
it-
Yeah.
poofs out. It doesn't go like down.
Well, you never let it get that long.
yeah, mine does this.
Never been as long as Brian. or James.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's
Wow.
it sounds
Can
amazing.
you hear the thunder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
It's raining so hard right now.
I would be outside in it. I'd be like, "Wah." Well, actually, maybe not. I'd probably get hit. But yeah, okay. So
All right. So you make your
But
way
thank you.
back.
Thank you.
You make your way back through the city. Okay. So now it's like it's well past, evening time. But you see that the castle is actually quite busy. Oh, you know what? I have a map of the castle. I should probably go to
So
that.
the Reap Day Festival is like basically Halloween, Thanksgiving. I'm not sure what the Money Day correlates to.
There's a St.
Maybe
Patty's
kind of
Day in
Fat
there.
Tuesday because you got the coin cake thing.
Uh-huh.
Then 4th of July, and then like a churchy holiday like Christmas Eve or Easter.
Easter.
Yep.
All of which
So-
are full of food and drink, and I can have neither.
Come
All right.
on, works.
I'll drink for you.
Thank you.
So you notice that when you get to the castle, there are lots of the city watch are around, and you see that there are also, as you enter into the Hall of Kings and the throne room, you see that there are actually quite a few elves and dwarves that are there.
Oh, that's awesome. We
Nice.
should ask some of them to, if there's anybody that could attend to the Temple of Corellarithian on the second day.
I was gonna do that. I'm looking around for Queen Shannara.
All right. The one of the city one of the guards tells you that most of the guests of honor have retired from the throne room, and they are
Okay,
currently
James. The rain is scaring the dog. It's okay.
all right. So they're currently having They're currently actually having drinks in the solarium in the garden, which is number 4 here.
Okay. I kind of look at everyone. I say, I need to find my mom, see if she has my weapon.
Well, and then if you can speak to her about possibly enchanting some silver weapons, because I
Yep.
think we're gonna need that by the last
I see.
day.
I say, yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah.
I asked the guard.
Did
is it
Aljit come with
Arcade?
us?
Aljit did come with you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
I asked the guard if the queen is in the solarium also.
He says, he says, yes, sir. The
All right.
the queen is heavily guarded.
I'm gonna go 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All
Do
right.
you want to like try and get a private audience with her so no one overhears? Because I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know who
I'm
else to
hoping-
trust. Some
I'm
people
hoping-
know this guy's a fraud besides him.
I'm hoping he's there.
I'm gonna send Simon with you guys. That way, if you need me, I can get back to you right away.
Do you want me to
Well,
like hide in
wait a minute.
shadows so I can?
Wait. Where are you going, Kate?
I'm going looking. Oh, is the Shannara with the queen currently?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought.
Oh, you were gonna take off and go look for her. No. She's with the queen.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I say I can hide and see if I spot him here if you want to make sure he doesn't sneak out.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for him. It's a good idea.
All right.
Okay.
So when
So
we
you-
get into the room, I'll slip into the shadows and then I'll just be watching. I won't do anything.
Okay. All right. And what are you just kind of you're gonna stick with Samdal sledge?
Yeah. In case he
Okay.
runs into the dude.
Okay.
The dude.
All right. You see that the queen is there, and so is the young prince. And you see that there is music playing. It's more like chamber music at this point, not like woohoo party, let's all dance music,
Just
Just
some
kind
like
of
background
like a-
kind of.
there's like a quartet playing some chamber music. You see that there are servants that are wandering around kind of offering some food like hors d'oeuvres to the guests. You see this, there's a lot of people. There's probably about maybe 100, 200, somewhere between 100 and 200 people here at like a quick glance. And that's when I say people, I mean
Dignitaries.
elves, dwarves, and you see that there are also some goblins mixed in too. And you hear a voice say, "Friends! Oh, friends!" And you see King Zig comes running up to you as you enter into the room.
I hug
And
him immediately.
You see he hugs you back. You see that there's a couple of goblins that are standing behind him that they look kind of like more serious, more goblin-y.
Okay.
Zig, but they're definitely bigger than Zig.
I
And you
asked
see,
Zig how things are going.
he goes, he goes, they're going so good. He goes, Zig has so many wives and so many children on the way. He goes, Zig, the king, has 8 wives. Sandal, how many wives do you have?
Done.
I say Sandal's married to his lifestyle of killing people.
I'm married to murder.
He goes,
What?
oh, he goes, of course. He goes, oh, who is this big guy? Fancy armor you have.
I say this is our new friend Sledge Ironforge.
I reach my hand
Firefly.
out. It's Firefly.
Firefly, thank you. That's right.
Okay.
Sorry.
I reach out and I shake my, I reach my hand out. Like, nice to meet you, friend.
All right, you hear somebody when you reach out to touch him, you see one of the goblins stands up and he goes, show some respect. He's king of goblins. Bow
look-
first.
I look at Zig.
And he goes, no. He goes, these are my family. My family doesn't bow. And if you are a friend of my family, you are family too. And he grabs your hands. And
Hi.
he goes, many goblins so angry at Zig for changing old ways.
You know what? Actually, if I have a chance to say it, I'll say, since you are a king, I will bow just out of respect.
All right. You see one of the goblin that stopped you is like,
It's better to have friends.
Mhm.
Okay, Zig,
And
we got
Zig.
to take care of. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
all right.
I said we'll catch up over the festival.
All right. You see that Shanarla is actually talking to the queen right now.
Okay. I look around. Is my mother around anywhere?
Yes, you see her. She's standing nearby.
Here's your
Awesome.
mother.
Mommy.
What about Brother Anselm? Is he around anywhere?
So far, you do not see Brother Anselm. You could do a perception check to see if you find him in the crowd.
Okay. I'm guessing since Zig sprung on us as soon as we walked in the door, I didn't really get a chance to
I
hide.
shit.
Because it would have been like ducking behind a pillar while everyone was looking at us.
Well, I assumed you weren't going in with them. I thought that you were going to go like around the other way and like sneak into
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah, I was. All right. 34? I don't know what was it?
It was a plus 20. It's a pretty crowded room.
All right, then I think I'm okay.
34. What's your wisdom?
My wisdom,
Mhm.
not my intelligence. That's what we usually use.
Intelligence or wisdom, whichever one is higher.
17.
Oh, okay, so you're fine. You're 37. All right. You do not see Brother Anselm, and you're pretty sure he's probably not here.
Okay.
Good.
Are there any other priests of Pelor there?
Any clerics or priests of Pelor here.
All right, interesting.
Also good. Oh no. Maybe not good.
They might be guarding their artifact because tomorrow's the day they're supposed to show it.
Some of them.
Well, no, tomorrow's the day they're supposed to move it. And then the second day is the day that they're supposed to show it.
Oh, all right.
So there's still 3 days off. The Feast of Grace is when they're supposed to start showing
Right,
off their...
it's the eve, not the day.
Maybe we can use that to our advantage on getting to Brother
Well,
Elson.
I mean, he might be freaking out because he's found his book and pen and quill gone. So
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, they're not here, so that's.
I excuse the interruption.
Mhm.
All right. You see the queen says, Captain Thacker, you've returned. And you see Shanarla looks at you and she says, good to see you again,
Good to see you.
Samdow. He goes, and Kate, your mother Muriel is here.
I say yes. I'm happy to make her to catch up with her. I
You
say
see that Muriel says in Elvish, she says, blessings and peace. So good to see you. I was hoping that I would see you soon.
in Elvish, I say to her, I say, I have many things to relay to you. The new dryad of the world tree is soon to be born. But right now we need to take care of some business, but I do need to speak with you possibly later today.
She says, of course. She goes, I have a gift for you. A mighty gift.
No,
Uh-oh.
She goes, what? she goes, we will be staying in the castle.
Understood. And I say at some point, if we could have someone give thanks to Corella at the end. There's been some interference with the Pelor priests, which I'm sure you'll soon find out about. But they're trying to corrupt, in my opinion, they're trying to corrupt Corella at the end and all the good
Are you
he's done
saying
for the
wait, you're
city.
saying it's in Elvish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Corrupt Corella at the end, all he's done for the city. And I'm actually speaking very low to her. I stepped closer to her and I'm speaking very quietly to her.
Okay. Samdal?
Yeah.
What do you say to the queen?
I say, can we talk in private?
And she says, now?
Yes.
She says, is this
It's
She goes-
extremely important.
she goes, can Christopher come? I wish to keep him at my side.
Yes, absolutely.
She goes, of course. She goes, excuse us. She goes, I have good news. She goes,
What's up?
Queen Shinerla and King Bayern have both agreed to lend some of their forces to our city watch.
Great.
She says, your city watch and the workers in the prison have been stretched very thin. They have been
Okay.
kind enough to leave some of their soldiers behind to help fill the ranks, so to speak.
Great.
Sledge, are you walking with them?
Absolutely.
Okay. And Kate, you're still talking to your mother.
Yeah, I go over to talk to my mom and I asked the queen to join me just so I can fill them in a little bit more of what's going on.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the queen leads you to one of the sitting room. This one of the smaller sitting rooms off of the garden.
Okay.
Keith, I'm watching the door where they went and also watching around Kate and Shanarla and her mother to see if anybody is trying to listen in or
Well,
sneak up around them.
you see that actually you do notice that Bayern Burrowfound, the king of the dwarves, the new king of the dwarves,
Mm-hmm.
he's actually standing nearby. But when they're speaking so much Elvish, you see he looks kind of like uncomfortable. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go find something to drink.
Okay.
he wanders off, and he goes over and he finds some other dwarves, and one of them immediately like hands him a giant tankard that's like,
And no one
huge.
in the crowd is like trying to watch them.
Give me a perception check.
I was actually going to ask Shanarla if she could put up
30.
a shield of silence too.
Mhm. Okay. 30, you don't see anybody.
Okay.
No. Shanarla won't cast a cone of silence around them because she said it would be more obvious if
Okay.
she'd cast a spell, you know.
Okay.
Samdal and Sledge,
Yes.
Christopher, you two and the Queen and Christopher go into the sitting room. It's a really nice it's a smaller room, but it's really nicely appointed and it's comfortable. There are like these nice fine green leather chairs, and there are lots of games and books and things like that line the walls.
Okay.
It's almost like a study,
Okay. As long as it's private.
And there is kind of a large oak table that's like a big round oak table at the center with about 6 chairs around it.
Are there
Looks like
any-
somebody was sitting here earlier, but nobody's in the room right now.
Are there windows with draperies in this room?
There are no windows.
Okay. Just make sure no one's not like standing behind the drapes or something like that.
No, there are no windows.
Okay.
There's tapestries and artwork hanging on the wall.
So 2 tiny little feet.
I say, well, to balance out your good news, I come bearing very bad news.
Jesus. Does this concern the assassins that attempted to kill my son?
It's very possible.
Possible?
Yes. We were in Pine Pass helping with the Etten, which actually turned out to be like 8 Ettins. But after we disposed of them, we spoke to a cleric of Pelor. And he proceeded to tell us how sad it was that Brother Anselm died
In the war.
in the war.
Jesus. Really? Well,
And also the description, insane.
she says, is it possible that his information is just wrong?
Anything
It
possible?
seemed like he knew him pretty well. He knew his
Explain-
family and his kids.
Crystal, you're not there.
No,
I know,
but
but-
no, but I am, and I was
Yeah.
going to say, I'm like, there's.
I'm just
no-
refreshing because you didn't cover that in your recap.
No, I'm like, he was very convinced, and he seemed a lot more convincing than the Knights of Pelor or Priest of Pelor that are here. I'm like, the description
would-
he gave was nowhere near what this person is, and the way he was described by his character and his family, also not similar at all.
I would
Family?
also let her know about the book that we found, Chaloth.
Do we have this book? Do I or Sam?
I
You
do.
guys know about it. That's Harper brought it. Harper and Kate investigated the temple, and that's what they found, that spell book to Loth, remember?
I remember that they found a book. I didn't remember the name of it.
It was very evil.
Okay. We did find an evil tome of some sort.
Says, wait, an evil tome? Where?
Where was that at again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we probably
Harper.
shouldn't have brought that up.
Probably should not.
Yeah, no, that should be something that we don't talk about. Because she told us not to go near the temple. And now we're going to tell her that we snuck in the temple and stole it from them.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
it
tell her where.
confirms that this guy is a fraud, though.
Yeah, I think
I went to rescue our friend who was taken in by them.
it was more of a rescue than like a breaking of the rules.
You guys need to plan what you're going to say before you start talking.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we didn't
I'm
we
not
didn't
there.
have that
I'm
conversation
not-
at the
Neither
beginning.
am I.
Chief gave us the opportunity. He's like, "Do you guys want to talk about anything before you go?" And we're like, "No."
All right. It's your show, Samdal. You go.
All right. I say, I feel like this priest knew him, and the man who is here in the city is not Brother Anselm.
He is not Brother Anselm. Then who is he?
I don't know. He took
So
over his.
wait. Are we gonna rewind and just say he didn't talk about the book? Or
Yeah,
Yes.
Please.
are
Let
you
him
good with
answer.
that? Are you good with that,
Absolutely.
Sledge?
Yeah,
Okay.
because if we would have, yeah,
Okay. All right. Okay. So she says, how is this connected to the assassin sent to kill Christopher?
Well, if he's not who he says he is, it's very possible that he was just trying to kill him.
and he might also be in cahoots with Cromwell.
Who is Cromwell?
She doesn't know about Cromwell.
We told her about
We told her
Cromwell.
about Cromwell.
We told her that we were following this guy. He was a werewolf, and we went through all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you just have to remind her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the werewolf who's starting trouble in the city that we're gonna.
She
Deal
says.
with.
She says, well, it sounds like there is that we are kind of under siege from all sides. will you and your city watch be able to address this? We have 1 day before the beginning of the year close celebration.
Oh, I'm going to address it right now.
And what do you plan to do?
Arrest him.
You're going to arrest Brother Ann, a member of the High Council.
Yes. Because
For
he's not.
fraud.
Because he's not Brother Ansem. He's a fraud.
I hope that you have some evidence. You know that as a member of the High Council, even if he isn't who he says he is, we have to have some evidence presented. I will personally have to hear his testimony in the throne room. And I would rather not do this during the year close celebration.
Our priorities are fucked.
We should have just snuck in and killed him.
Okay. That's fine, Queen.
I
Wow,
won't
Brewer!
address you then.
It's just a thunderclap was perfect timing.
I say, all right. I will gather evidence.
She says, she grabs your arm. She goes, wait. She goes, sir, Sledge,
Yes.
can you please take the crown prince outside? I wish to have a word with Sandal alone.
Sure. I reach my hand down.
Bow,
Did.
chicka, bow, wow, chicka, bow, wow.
I don't think this.
How old is the kid?
He's 12.
Okay, so I don't need to hold his freaking hand.
No, he's not a baby.
All right.
All right.
But I pat him on the back gently.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay, or do I need to turn this up?
I can hear you fine. So you see that when they leave, the queen says to you, he goes, I trust your judgment, Sandal. If you say that Brother Anselm isn't who he says he is, then I expect you to take care of it. Even if you must do it I would normally not approve of. Not by the law.
I understand.
You can do what must be done, but make sure that it isn't that no one else knows that we had this conversation. And no one must know it is you. She goes,
okay.
What about the Lady Downey? She seems like she would be an effective tool in doing this quietly.
He's called you a tool.
I was just like, what?
Yes. I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
He says, if he is the one responsible for trying to murder my son, I want him taken care of it immediately.
There we go.
He is definitely a threat. Just because of who he is impersonating to be this high on a council, it is a threat. It is a threat to you and your whole family.
Exactly.
All right. I'll go murder him.
Doesn't want you to go murder him.
She wants to have you go have some.
You to go murder him.
Wants you to have him murdered, just not be the one that murders him. That's no fun.
We're behind it.
I'll just have a whole pile of paladins wishing me dead.
That's one of your best friends, but you can't be involved.
All right. You see,
Well,
she goes.
do it all
you
sneaky like.
and her go back outside. And you see that she immediately goes right back into,
La, 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 la.
diplomat mode. You know.
I hand the child off to her.
All right. See, he kind of just walks over to where his mother is.
Yeah.
I call him over.
All right. Christopher goes, Samdal, I've been practicing even though you haven't been around. I've been practicing every day.
Good. I see you're in your dress clothes.
She goes, he says, well, you see he like pulls his shirt down. You see he's wearing chainmail shirt underneath.
Yeah, boy.
Good. I said, here, take this, then hide it too. I give him a dagger.
All right. You see he takes it and he puts it inside underneath one of his folds of his cloak.
Nice.
Just keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to everyone around you.
He says, of course.
I got to go take care of something, and then I'll be back.
He says, is there anything I can do to help?
Tell him to look after his mother.
Yeah, just be sure that your mother is safe. Look out for yourself and your mother. Those are the only two people I worry about right now.
He says, all right. You see, all of a sudden, you see Bayern comes up to you and he goes, Captain Thacker.
King,
He
how's
goes,
it like?
he says, I was hoping that maybe the Lady Downey would be with you.
She's around somewhere. What's going on?
And he goes, we have something for her. And you see like waves over. And you see that one of the dwarven servants comes over and he's got like a almost like a cask, like a medium-sized chest.
Go on.
Okay.
And you see the servant opens it up and he shows it. And you see that there are two bracers inside there. And he goes, dwarven forged and elven enchanted. Per her.
All right. You want me to find her for you, or shall I give it to her?
And he says, well, I would prefer to give them to her myself. If she's here, I have not seen her.
All right. The music is
Your
loud.
own about chicken.
The music is loud.
Yeah.
But is it like if I whistled, would it be heard or no?
I mean, I'm watching
I know.
Yeah.
all of you guys too.
I kind of put my hand up and make a swirly and point down.
Okay. You see Samdal giving you the signal, the high sign.
Okay. All right. I like just kind of walk around a pillar so that
You see Bayern's like,
I don't just
"Oh!"
appear out of nowhere.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you trying not to surprise.
I try not to appear out
Okay.
of nowhere. Like I walk
Okay.
around a pillar so that I
All right.
don't just appear from nothing.
All right. Let me come right back to you. Tate,
Yes.
you've kind of caught up with the queen and your mother, okay? And she tells you that she has your sword and it's in their rooms, in one of the guest rooms where they're
Okay.
staying in the castle. And she says
I
can get it for you whenever you like.
Okay, we can retrieve it together in a second. I explain about the portals that are opening and what it means, and that the
Okay.
portals need to be closed whenever they're found. I explain about the Edens that came from the Fey realm and how we slaughtered all of them. I said, and they were no fans of yours. I said one of them had elf scalps in his pouch. So I don't know if there's a leader of the Edens in the Fey realm, but you might want to have a conversation with him.
She says, there is. And there is no love lost between our people.
Okay. I also explain about I do not
Fey
take it
realm-
out. Go ahead. The Fey realm.
She says, the Fey realm is, since our people have decided to return to this realm, I've been trying to find others from the Fey realm to help them rule themselves. Unfortunately, many of the Fae are unruly.
By their very nature. I explain, and I do not take it out, but I explained about the Book of Law that we found. I say I believe it was used to relay messages, but I've been warned against opening it and reading it myself.
You should tell her about our plan to like have let you wear my ring, and would that actually protect you or not?
That's what I was going to do. And then
Yeah.
I say, I know that you gave Ember the ring to help her with her dagger. I didn't know if that would give me protection from possibly being taken over by the book or not, or if there's some other spell or something that you could think of. We need to know what was written in this book, what information was given back and forth between whoever has the other end of the book.
He says, if the book is made by the Drow elves, it is truly evil. You must use caution. You, of course, guard your mind, but also be careful of what words you use. If you use the book to communicate with someone on the other side, they may tell you only lies.
I actually
They-
don't want to communicate with them. I just want to read
What
what
they
has been
already wrote.
what
Yeah.
has been communicated.
She says, simply opening the book may send a signal to someone on the other side. These books typically have they're made in pairs, and when the book opens on one side, it will open on the other as well. They'll know you're reading it.
Are they able to erase what has already been written from
No,
their end?
no, but I do know some lore about these things. It is possible that they would try to see into your mind. Maybe there may be an opportunity that you may be able to trick them into thinking that you're the book's intended user. Who gave you this book? Where did you find it?
I say, Brother Anselm, who is the head priest of Blur, who has been the one subverting all other gods, especially Corel Larithian here in the city. It was found in his private chambers in a locked safe, but we have also recently found out that he is not the true Brother Anselm. We do not know who exactly he is. I said there have been random attacks here in the city. I said Glassmen attacked the Crown Prince recently. I say we have people here from Ravenloft, which is another realm that I hear is horrible with wargs and vampires. And I say the only way to the werewolves that come from this land, the only way to kill them is with silver enchanted weapons. So even our normally enchanted weapons will not kill them. They have to be silver. I say the one that is here can turn into smoke and can understand rats and crows and other animals. So every attempt we've made to apprehend him or get ahead of him has been thwarted because we have no real knowledge of who these people are.
I did hear about the attempt on the prince's life. It is good that you and your friends were there to protect the prince. I know very little of the realm of Ravenloft, and I'm sorry that I cannot help you. She goes, do your friends at the Temple of the Tower of the Staff and Sky not have some lore on this place?
They do, but the problem is that Leopold has said that any further looking into these portals and the information around them could cause him to go mad. He has reached the end of his investigation into it, as
Did
far
you
as
tell
he
her
can
about
go.
the clock thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she told him.
About the portals and the clock and
He
everything.
doesn't know anything because yeah.
She
I
says,
say,
as far as a weapon to defeat this enemy, that is someplace that your mother and perhaps the dwarves can help. Maybe we can perhaps forge a weapon that can give you some assistance in this matter.
Okay. I said you mentioned having a gift for me. Was that the weapon that my mother made me?
It was your mother that said she had a gift for you. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's your scimitar. She repaired it.
Okay. Just making sure. Because they originally said the queen said it, and that's why I was like, whoa.
No, I'm sorry. I have one voice that Lady Elf.
Okay.
My Lady Elf
Um,
voice is too similar.
Okay.
So
I say, um, I said, we'll talk more. Let me regroup with my companions.
all right.
um,
Just then you do notice that Ember has come out of the shadows and that she is walking over towards where Samdal is talking with Bayer.
Okay. How far away is my mom's rooms?
Not far.
Okay. I send Simon over to Samdal. I said, Mom, if you want to take a quick stroll to your rooms, I can retrieve that from you. I said,
All
I
right.
never know when I'm going to be in a fight these days.
She says, "Of course." So she bows to the queen, and the queen.
I bow as well.
All right. So you're gonna go with her then to the room?
Yeah.
Okay. But Simon hangs out here.
Yeah. I tell
Okay.
Simon to tell Samdal where we're going.
Okay. All right. All right. So Ember, you come over Bayer and says, "Oh, Lady Dowdy."
I say,
He says, I thought I would see you here.
always a pleasure,
And he says,
Your
"Of
Lordship."
course." And you see he goes, "No, I bow to you." And he goes, he goes, "Per your request, in partnership with some of the finest dwarven smiths and elven magicians." You see they open up, goes, "Bracers of defense."
I'm like, oh, you have truly outdone yourselves.
You see that they're made of some kind of almost like silvery. It's not silver because it's obviously harder than silver. But it's like silver plated, but there's like green and gold inlays, and it's very, very fine carvings all around. And they even kind of give you, when you touch them, they give you like a fine hum almost when you touch them together. They're almost like perfectly tuned. The straps are made from, he says, the straps are made from the finest elvish leather, deer hide from the Fey realm.
I'm like, these are magnificent.
And he goes, "I hope that you will accept this as some small payment towards the dwarven people's debt to you and your friends."
And I'm like, this is more than generous. I feel I owe you. I'm like, may I? I like go to like take it out of the box.
Yeah. He goes, "They are yours."
Okay. I put one on.
All right. Put it on.
Yeah.
All right. You
Feels
definitely
good?
it feels good. Fits perfectly.
All right. I put the other one on.
They are both +2 bracers of defense. So your armor class is +2.
All right. Thank you.
And he says, "And additionally, your statue will be done well ahead of schedule." He goes,
What?
"Probably by the 3rd day of the year-end festival."
I said, oh,
Statue
that's
to those we
wonderful. That's
lost.
perfect. I said,
The statue to those who we lost.
statue to those we lost, yeah.
Mhm.
Did we discuss payment? I mean, I assume we have, and I don't want to talk about it at a party, but.
Well, they're doing it for you guys for free.
Oh, really?
They consider this a debt they owe you because of your leadership during the last war.
Oh, wow. Okay. And I say, well, let me know how I can thank the artisans for their work.
He says, appreciation of their work would be enough payment from you. And he goes, oh, he goes, I've already had too much ale. I'm seeing double. And you see your sister is walking towards you. All right. You see, Samdal, Simon lands on your shoulder. And he says, Kate's going with her mother to the visitors tower.
Okay. Go back and find her. Tell her to meet us out front. We have to leave as soon as possible.
He goes, okay. He goes, I could just tell her with my mind.
No, wait.
He says it like that too, huh?
He does, because that's the way he is.
That's awesome.
Wait, I don't think he is what? Oh, did you not mean to chat me too?
Oh no, that was for somebody else. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was a theory that someone sent me.
Oh, okay. All right. So you see that Simon sends you a psychic message, Kate.
Okay.
Samdal says, hurry up and come out in front, meet us out in front of the castle as soon as possible. All
I
right.
say I just want to get my weapon, then I'll be there.
All right. You see your sister there.
All right. I hug her, say hello.
right. All right. She says, where did you go? I heard that you went to the east.
We went to Pine Pass. They were being raided by Ettins
She says,
from the Fey realm.
now?
And I said,
No, with so much going on here?
I'm like, there were 8 of them. They were slaughtering the village. I'm like, we had to. I said, it was bad. I'm like,
Alright.
I'll talk to you. Harper's okay, but she wasn't okay. It was
Okay.
really bad.
All right. She says, I understand. She goes, things have been strange here. She goes, I'll tell you later. Will you come to the tower later?
Yeah, I will. I think we might have some business tonight. I'm not sure we'll be here for the remainder of this party.
She goes, of course.
I'm like,
She
are
goes-
you
she
traveling
goes-
with a guard?
She goes, yes, of course.
Okay.
She goes, over there.
I look at them just so I know who they are.
All right. Yeah. You remember they were the same ones that were at the tower
Okay.
before.
I said, can you tell us anything strange going on quickly? Is there anything that you're concerned about?
She says, mainly the priests of Pelor. She goes, like
Tell
you
me.
said, they've been behaving strangely.
Which ones? Are some behaving strangely and some behaving as usual?
She says, they're all pretty strange. She says, however, Brother Anselm insisted on the bank opening yesterday, well into the evening. They took something out of their vault. And they brought it back to the temple.
They're stealing the artifact. I'm like, you don't have any meetings or dealings with Brother Anselm, do you?
She goes, no, but you told me to keep an eye out for him, so I've been
Okay.
staying away. She goes,
Good.
also, there have been a lot of children that have gone missing. A lot of the children that come to the garden to get food, the orphans,
Mm-hmm.
more and more of them have been disappearing.
It's still going on?
Yes. She goes, there's so few over the last few days. It seems like it's almost escalated for some
I
reason.
think it has.
Might be our
I think
fault.
we know why. They're speeding up whatever they were doing because they may know we found them out.
All right. She goes, oh. She says, Samdal, Marta Yoke was looking for you as well. She's the one that asked you to go to help with the Ettins.
Is she here?
Yes, she's somewhere.
If you see her, can you just let her know that we took care of it? The village is safe.
She says, I will. I think she already knew something about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, let's get going.
All right.
I
So
say
you
don't
guys-
accept any meetings or invitations from anyone from the temple for the
He says-
time until you hear otherwise.
He goes, funny you should say that. The whole High Council has been invited to the Temple of Pelor during the second day of the festival,
You should not go.
the Feast of Grace. I will
Hmm.
not be going, of course, and neither will the Queen. But some of the High Council did say that they wish to go.
Well, things may change.
All right.
All right. Is that Candy sitting in the background there?
I am.
There's nobody sitting in the background.
Candy?
Yeah, it's Candy.
Chat?
Hi, Candy.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. So, Kate, you go with your mother back to the guest quarters, right?
Yes.
So the guest apartments are 18. So they're actually kind of in the same hall as where Sandal is, his like big luxury apartment is.
Yep.
So you go up there. She shows you to one of the rooms, and she says, I know that you count on your goddess and your magic that she has bestowed upon you to lead you in battle. But there may come a time when this blade will prove useful to you. I hope there is.
I've missed it. I've missed having a blade that was useful to me, to be honest.
See, she opens up a chest, and you see inside, you see that there is something that's wrapped in like a golden cloth, and you see she
Okay.
unwraps it, and you see your scimitar. She says, this was already fairly powerful magic, but I believe that my sisters and I, the other maidens of the forge, made some improvements. And you see she pulls it out. You see it instantly starts shining. It gleams in the torchlight. And you see she turns it. As she turns it, the blade at one end at the top of the scimitar almost becomes invisible.
Oh.
And you see she says,
Hyper reflective. That's awesome.
she says, it is, she goes, take it. It is
I grab it.
some of my finest work ever.
See, it is absolutely gorgeous, and I look it over.
All right. And you see that this time it's been inlaid, and you see that there is on the side of the blade, there is a serpent that's winding its way up the blade, but you see that it is pierced by swords on different sides. There are like 7 blades piercing this length of the serpent.
I'm in awe. I'm just like,
You could ask
This-
what it must have a name.
yeah, I'm getting there. I say, have you named this sword?
She goes, no, this sword is for you to wield. You must name it. She goes, it does retain some of its old magic, so it has greater power even against reptilians, but not just
Okay.
reptiles, not just reptiles, but also dragons.
All right.
She goes, use it at least once before you name it.
Of course.
But do give it a name. This sword could be a sword of legend.
I bow to her and I say, Mother, I have no words.
And she goes, I'm sorry that I'm sorry for the distance that came between us. The fates were not kind to us. And I am High Elf. I know that our ways are still unusual to you. She goes, but I do hope that you understand. This is my way of showing you my love.
I do. And
Oh,
I wouldn't consider the fates being cruel because we were reunited. The cruelty of the fates is if we never would have met one another again.
She goes, go then. Your friends wait.
Okay.
I'll
What's the
see.
stats on it?
She goes, I will see you before. I will see you again before. I'm sure before we leave. We will be here through year's end.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
All right. She says. All right. So then you just leave.
Yep.
It is a +2 for damage. +3 versus reptile and dragonkind.
ooh.
Is it +2 to hit as well? +2 +2?
Yeah, +2 +2 damage +2 to
Okay.
hit.
I just heard the +2 damage. This was like,
Yeah, you
No.
cut out a little bit in the beginning.
+1 +2 plus
okay.
+1 +2.
All right,
All right,
everybody,
awesome.
start mathing it up now. My favorite part.
All right.
I rejoin everyone else.
Hi,
All right.
everybody.
Let's go kill
right,
us a
and-
priest.
As you guys are leaving, you see that one of the city watch comes up to you, goes, Captain Thacker.
Yes.
He says, we were ordered to stay here and watch the queen. He goes, so many of the other guards are also patrolling the city, but I'm not sure what our orders are when the party disbands, and we haven't seen Captain Amelot today.
Celia?
Yes. We last saw her yesterday.
That's
What?
fiddling.
Where?
Not
What
great.
the heck?
He says we saw her at the barracks, but no one's seen her since yesterday.
You asked her about the priest of Pelor. She might have gone to investigate.
They've got her. They're all got it.
Who saw her
How-
last?
Well, they said they like just the regular.
I was one of the last to see her, I think.
Did she say where she was headed, or you just saw her at the barracks getting ready for her day?
No, she was going to the lower city. She said she had something to investigate. She wanted to investigate.
I said, you know what's in the lower city? That seer, that woman that we never checked out.
Yep. It's on our list. We'll get to it.
I say, all right, well, if anyone sees her, what do you want to tell them to do, Samdal? You want them to send her to us, send word to us?
Yeah, send word to us. But also, when the party disbands, some of you go on break and some of you stay and guard, but don't make it too thin.
With all due respect, Captain, many of the men haven't slept in 24 hours or 48 hours, and the celebrations are going to start. We're all going to need a little rest.
What about the new wave of guards that came in from the elves and such?
Yeah, I mean, you can use some of their help, but you should have some city guard with them. They should still take turns resting.
Yeah, I don't think they've come yet. I don't think they're here.
Oh no, they're there, but these guys don't know. Nobody's communicating with them.
Oh, you have to let them know.
Yeah, but
Celia's not around to give orders.
the queen also said that when it's over, they're going to leave them here. So they're probably going to guard their people until the celebration is over and then stay and help.
That's exactly what she meant.
I say, yeah, just try and get everybody rested. Just, take turns.
Well, and you don't need to worry about the elves and the, who was it, and the dwarves. They've brought their own guards, and we're not. I said, but I think rotate rests is a good solution.
He says, I do want to let you know, there are some of the citizens of Cornith have expressed concern about so many goblins being in the city. I told them that it was nonsense, that they are on our side, but it could be trouble.
Just throw another match in the powder keg.
Thanks, DM.
So I'll take care of that.
He says, okay, very good.
Rude.
He says, by the way, my name is Gunter.
Hunter, how long have you been a city guard?
He goes, I was at the last war.
All right, I'm going to leave you in charge right now until Captain gets back.
He goes, thank you, sir. It's an honor.
Make sure everybody gets some rest.
He goes, I thought you should know.
Thank you.
It may be, he says, it may be nothing.
These days, nothing is nothing.
That's what I was thinking. You took the words right out of my mouth.
All right. So you go down to the Temple of Pelor now?
Yes.
All right.
On the way there, I explained to Kate and Ember about what the queen said, that she didn't want me involved. But that necessarily doesn't mean I'm not going to go knock on the door and talk to them first.
Mm-hmm.
But if we need to take them down, that's what we're going to do.
You know,
Well, and I explained, my mother told me about the book, as far as the ability to read it.
you know, there was a paladin there. There is a paladin there that was with the temple before Brother Anselm, before the original leader was killed in the war. And I'm like, and he may know what other people in the temple are like original members of the temple. I don't think he's corrupted, because if he was, then he would become a Dark Knight. So I don't think he knows that Brother Anselm is a fraud, and we would need to be convincing. But one of the things, if he knows this Brother Gilbert in Pine Pass, and we share the descriptions that he gave of the real Brother Anselm, then we may be able to, we're going to need the paladins that are there on our side.
I guess the only thing
Bring
is,
this guy to heel, like otherwise
give
they're
us
going to
something?
fight us to defend him.
I thought he gave us something that like let us that he gave us some sort of proof, like there was a document or some sort of description.
No, he described
just
him.
talked about it.
He
Okay.
said the last village, like he spent time in, I think he said Calorgan and Abenakme was where he spent the most of his time, but he mostly traveled the realm. And he had like the red hair, and he was unusual in that he had taken a wife and had sons, and that they all were killed in the Great War. But I think, guys, what we need to think about is I don't want to go in there and fight paladins, because if they were corrupted, they wouldn't be paladins anymore. So I don't think they're corrupted.
but they know what he's doing. They see that he's,
Obtaining these children and doing all this
children and
crazy
things like that. They can't just
I
turn
don't
it-
know if they know. Like they're so devout to the point of blindness
Well, then we need to discredit this guy first.
that we need to convince them that this guy is a fraud.
We should have brought the paladin, or we should have brought the cleric with us.
We need like Harper to tell them that they took her in. We need Kate to explain about the boy she found and how he was and what's happening to all the children that come here. Where are they? They probably don't know.
As captain of the city guard, I think you have full rights to inspect the temple and ask to see all the children that have been taken in. I think that should be your first move, is just go in and say, you guys have taken up we've gotten some complaints. You've taken a lot of children. We just need to have a discussion with the children. As captain of the guard, this is what we need to do, and start there.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about, stepping on anybody's toes right now either, so.
No,
Right,
I'm not worried
I
about
think that-
stepping on anybody's toes. I just don't want to go there and fight paladins.
But I think that
I want
that's
them
the
on our
perfect way to,
side.
I think that's the perfect way to start. So you get the children, and then you could say to the paladins, like, are all the children like this? So none of them are talking? Because I mean, it's very obvious that they're in a trance.
Unless the paladins are in a trance too.
I mean, you can always what was the name of that paladin?
Sir Ambrose.
Sir Ambrose, that's it. He was, I mean, we've met him like campaigns ago. He knew he knew Cecilia and Ethor.
Yep, he knew Regis Ethor.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we need to like question in front of him. We need to ask Sir Ambrose, ask for him, not Brother Anselm. We don't need to see the leader every time we show up. And we need to expose Anselm in front of Ambrose.
All right, so you arrive at the temple. Okay, still no sign of Harper and Reza.
They never turned up at the castle.
They didn't turn up at the castle yet. All right, so you get to the temple, and you see that there are indeed paladins standing out in front, and you see the portcullis is down. The temple looks mostly dark.
Well, it's like 1 a.m, isn't it?
No.
It's very late. It's almost midnight.
So we were at the palace for like 3 hours.
No, you were at the palace for like 90 minutes.
Because you said we got to the city just after nightfall and it's fall, so I thought it would be like 6 p.m.
And it takes you about 30 minutes to walk to the temple. It takes you time to, okay, so it's like 10 o'clock at night.
I was like, it's not like the middle of the night.
No, it's 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Say, what's going on here, boys?
All right. You see, they say, Captain Thacker, may the light of Pelor be upon you always. And he says, what can we do for you?
Why is the portcullis down? What's going on?
He says, Brother Anselm has ordered that the temple be secure as long as the artifact of Pelor is protected in the outside of the vault in the city.
So these guys have the artifact and all those kids. I'm asking as a player, not as my character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and possibly Cecilia.
Great.
Is Sir Ambrose around?
Sir Ambrose?
Mhm.
Yes, he should be around. Do you seek an audience with Sir Ambrose right now?
Yes, very important.
You see, the guy that's talking looks at the other paladin. Another paladin just goes over, and you see he says, "Where's the portcullis? I need to find Sir Ambrose." And you see that he raised the portcullis. You see that the one that's talking to you, and he goes, "If you don't mind, pardon pardon my poor manners. But if you don't
You-
mind staying here and wait for Sir Ambrose.
You don't trust the captain of the guard? The person that was asked to even guard the artifact?
He says,
I mean,
Order-
we were asked specifically to guard the artifact, and you don't trust us?
orders of Sir Ambrose, Brother Ambrose. Sorry, orders of Brother Anselm.
Ansem. Interesting.
Of course.
He has said, no outsiders except for the refugee children.
Hmm.
Does he have
How
more
many
authority
refugee
than
children
you?
are in there?
He says, I'm not sure actually.
I
Do
said,
you know one of the children?
so we noticed that very few come to the pantry anymore. I spoke to the Lady Downey today. So we assumed most of them are here. How many are here?
And he says,
It's the Reap
I'm
Festival. The city would normally be teeming with children.
He says, I'm not sure, actually.
Where do
Strange.
where
There's
do
so
they stay?
there's so many of them.
Don't
How
you
many
find
now?
that strange?
10?
He
50?
he goes, perhaps.
Does he seem confused? Like,
He seems very confused when you're this line of questioning.
and I'm like,
By the way, they lower the portcullis after the first guy
yeah,
goes
I
through.
don't even make a move for it. I'm like, so where do I said, where
And
do they all sleep? Do you have enough chambers for 50 children?
And he goes, no. We're a humble temple.
That's what
In
I-
comparison to some, but Pelor requires us to be humble.
Of
But we
course.
also
But there were
Pelor
dozens.
also guides us to help the weak and the homeless.
That is a good thing to do, indeed, which is why we also do it at the pantry. I think, but it's concerning. We're concerned for the children there are so few now when there were dozens and dozens.
He says, well, perhaps it's because they're well cared for here. They have no further need of the pantry.
That would be wonderful, but we
Goes-
haven't seen
and-
them.
and-
Surely they'll be let out to celebrate.
He goes, I believe some of them have already been relocated to other parts of the realm.
Relocated?
Is that what they called it?
He goes, yes. It is an agreement with brother Anselm has made with other temples.
Oh my god.
There's
Oh my god.
many of them
They just became slaves.
many of them have been sent, I believe, to work on farms and help with the harvest.
Like Pine Pass.
And he goes, I do not know this place.
It's right
Alright.
outside the city gates.
You see Sir Ambrose comes out, the portcullis comes back up.
I stand back, so just to show that I'm trying to be respectful.
All right.
Since I walked up to the guy to talk to him, I step back.
I send Simon to fly around the compound of
Like fly
See if
over the wall and like look around.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
looking for children.
Okay. All right.
Brian, do you want to talk to this guy?
Yeah, I mean, you can all back me up.
All right. Sir Ambrose walks up and he goes, Captain Thacker, may Lord's light be upon you forever.
I think you want to have an aside with him so that this other guard doesn't hear.
See, Sir Ambrose, we have known you for quite a while now,
He goes, indeed you have.
and I have a certain amount of trust in you.
I appreciate that. What is the nature of this visit at this late hour?
I kind of take him by his elbow and lead him away from the other guards.
All right.
Not forcefully.
You see the other guards kind of start to come with him and he kind of like puts his hand out. He follows you.
Okay. I say, we were in Pine Pass and spoke to the cleric priest there.
Brother Gilbert.
Brother Gilbert.
Do you want to give him the name? Oh.
Ask him if he knows him.
You know Brother Gilbert?
This is a Temple of Pelor?
Mm-hmm.
I do not, unfortunately, know a Brother Gilbert.
Okay. Brother Gilbert told us
Well, he knows Brother Anselm.
that he knows Brother Anselm and how wonderful and jovial he is with his wife and children and flaming red hair that he has.
And what a tragedy it was that he died in the war.
You see, he looks and
Unprovoked. Unprompted.
hold on a second.
These statements were offered.
Brian.
Yeah.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh God, please don't roll an 80.
20. It's a medium difficulty.
My charisma is 72.
What?
He actually has a 16.
35? Is it a
35? 20.
It's plus 20, yeah.
What's your charisma?
12.
Oh, I thought it was 16.
Oh,
What about me? I'm talking too.
you see, he says, what is it that you are saying about brother Ambrose or Brother Anselm? Exactly. Speak plainly.
Okay.
Should we
Not
tell
Brother
him what we found?
This person
someone-
is I say this person is an imposter.
Yeah.
The person that is here posing as Brother Anselm is not actually, in fact, Brother Anselm. He is an imposter. And he has ties to the goddess Loth.
He was in possession of a book
And he says,
in his private chambers behind the secret door there.
he goes, and where is this book now?
I take it out.
I say it was removed from the property 2 days ago. Has behavior changed since then?
All right, you see, he looks at the book and he kind of almost puts his hand out to touch it.
Don't
And
touch
then
it.
Then he stops himself.
Well, it's wrapped in cloth, like she's
Yeah.
not touching it.
And you see he kind of holds his hand over it and he's like, he says something like a prayer. And you see that the cloth, even through the cloth, you see that there's an eerie green glow coming from the book.
Okay.
And he
I
says,
say,
this
I
thing was found in Brother Anselm's quarters, you say.
I personally took it out of there.
She went to
I say I apologize.
You see he pulls out
for-
his sword and he goes, I knew it. And you see he turns, he goes,
I know
"Open
we
the
can trust
portcullis!
this guy.
Open the portcullis now!" All right. You see that one of the paladins goes, "Open the portcullis!" And you see one of the other ones pulls out his sword, and you see he says,
I'm watching the other ones. Like if they're gonna make a
Says-
move on him,
he says, no outsiders. It's instructions from Brother Anselm.
is this guy a legit paladin? Where did he come from?
All right, they're neither one of them, the guards, were paladins. They were just like paladins in training.
Jesus.
Are you all right?
Throw this cup across the room.
That's some bullshit. No. All right. You see that Sir Ambrose holds his sword out in front of him and he says, I swear by the light of Pelor, if you do not stand down and stand away, I will cut you down in the name of Pelor himself.
And I'll help.
I also will help.
Oh,
help.
Sir Ambrose.
Yeah.
All
right.
Cecilia is missing too.
And he says, Sister Amalot?
Yes.
He goes, although she has left the fold, she is still important to me. She is an innocent. Her heart is good. And he goes,
I'm like, open
You
the
go-
portcullis or
he-
be
he goes-
considered a traitor.
he goes, you have to understand, Brother Anselm is evil. He brought this evil thing into our temple. Who knows what he is doing? How many
Dino.
he has corrupted? All right, you see as he's talking, you see he begins to actually look bigger. And you see the other guard, one of the guards that was like stopping him. He looks away and he drops his sword and he goes, I am sorry. Lord, please forgive me. You see, he goes,
Traitor.
you are wise. He goes, now open the tap portcullis now. You hear his voice booming. See the portcullis rises.
Should he
And he
close
goes-
it behind us? Should we lock
No,
this?
we're gonna have this guy's back.
He says, he says, we must cross through the threshold of the Temple of Pelor. Put away your weapons. It is a place of peace. You see, he puts his sword away. All right, you see some other guards are coming out. You see that there's also a cleric there, and they're like, what's happening? What's going on? And he says, Brother Anselm is an imposter and a traitor. And he goes, where is he? And he goes, he's in his quarters. He was leading a prayer to Pelor with the last of the children, the refugees.
The last of the
Last of them?
children? Run! I'm like, we don't even know where Harper is. We have to go now.
I did put my swords away.
Okay.
I never took mine out, so I'm good.
Yeah, I was never. But
I didn't
running
take
is
mine
not a
out either
weapon,
because
so
I don't know what'll happen.
I think we need to get there quickly.
All right.
I
So you
had
go.
Brother Ambrose, make haste.
All right. By the
I
way,
call Simon back to me.
Simon says no kids anywhere. None that I could see.
I say, come back, we're in.
Take it
Come
all.
on.
All right. So you guys run through the temple.
Are there any other paladins here?
Yes, there are a couple of paladins that are there.
And I'm like, secure any guards that aren't paladins.
All right.
Unless you know them from prior to the war.
And he says, he goes, anyone who dares to defy me, let them answer to me. All right. So you guys go through the temple. You see he opens up the door and you see he stops when he goes in. He goes, no. He goes, the artifact. There's like an altar here, but you see it's empty.
There's nothing in the room?
There's nothing there. And he goes, damn him. He has taken the artifact. You see that the door is open. And he kicks the door open.
Are there any children there?
He goes into Brother Anselm's quarters. You see that there are children there, but they're all dead.
No!
How many?
6.
Is Harper among them?
No.
Okay, good. Do we recognize any of these children?
No.
Do I recognize any of them since I was there before?
Give me a perception check.
Nope. They're too badly cut up. There's too much blood on them.
All right. You see that Sir Ambrose immediately leans down to like he picks up one of the children and he starts saying a prayer.
If he could heal them.
And he goes, it's too late. They are gone. This is beyond my power. And he goes, who is Brother Anselm really? And why is he here? Why did he deceive us?
Because I believe he's working with the Queen of Parth to help with the slave trade. I believe that's where these children have been going, into the slave trade.
I've been a fool.
I say we can talk about who was foolish and who wasn't. But right now,
We need to secure this place.
We need to find him.
I say,
wanted-
yeah. I say we need to find him. He needs to be put down like the dog he is. And you need to clean house, Brother Ambrose.
He says, you, to the city gate. No, he goes, there is no way that Brother Anselm has left the city already. He goes, I want every gate in and out of this city watched for Brother Anselm.
Aren't there portals
my-
here?
He mustn't be allowed to escape.
Just the one.
Oh,
I say, tell him the captain said the guards should help also.
He says, yes,
I say,
He's-
Simon, I can take to Wayne.
he is here somewhere, and we will find him.
There was a portal in the old house next to the castle that collapsed upon itself, but I don't know if the portal is closed.
and the portal went to Ravenloft. And I said, that's the other problem you have. Whatever that creature was that came here and killed the two priests came through with another monster, a wolf, who is also making trouble, may or may not be working with Brother Anselm. I'm like, they have a hideout under a bridge. I'm like, if he's working with them, he could be hiding. If he's trying to get out of the city, he could be anywhere.
So, you tell Sir Ambrose about the bridge?
I didn't say, well, yeah.
Wait, I can't tell if you're talking as you or you're
No, I
talking.
was talking as Ember,
Okay,
Ambrose.
okay.
Brother Ambrose,
All right. And he says, which bridge? What place? We should go there now.
And I'm like, the portal is in the old house that burned down by the city, by the palace gates.
Aye, the house on the hill.
Yes.
I
I'm
heard
like-
this. I heard this news already.
I'm like, the portal should still be there. I don't think that they close spontaneously. It's just under rubble. I'm like, he could be trying to get to that. And I'm like, and this hideout, which bridge gate was it?
it was the one closest to the garden, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
was
I'm like,
right next
I said,
level.
it's the one closest to the garden. I'm like, but be warned. And I'm like, this creature is extremely powerful. Has torn men in two, I believe, with his bare hands. I'm like, he can only be killed by an enchanted silver weapon. You don't happen to have any of those, do you?
He says, no, not anymore. That was the artifact that was stolen.
Uh,
So
Don't
maybe
we
he
have
is
any
working
silver
with
weapons?
Ambrose to get the only thing that could kill him out of our hands.
let's go there now.
Yep, we're going straight there.
Yep.
All right.
Like he gets stronger the closer it is to the full moon and is nearly unstoppable at the full moon.
He says, I will come with you. He says, sound the alarm.
How many?
Brother, and he goes, a guard in every way, every gate out of this city. I do not want Brother Anselm to escape with the artifact of Pelor.
How many true Pelor people are here, or paladins?
He goes, there are 6 paladins and 3 more clerics of Pelor. Then we have 20 guards. He goes, they are devout followers of Pelor, but they do not have the power of a paladin or cleric.
Do you know if any of the guards came with Brother Anselm?
So many of them were recruited by Brother Anselm himself. I
They
do
need to
not
be
know. I do not
dismissed.
know if they can be trusted.
I would
They need to be
suspect
dismissed
not.
because Brother Anselm was not able to get away with this all by himself. The people here colluded with him.
He says, I'm sorry then. I cannot go with you to this bridge gate. Will you go there and search for him and bring Brother Anselm to justice? I must deal with these others. These these others who helped him deceive us.
Beware, the other temples might be polluted with people as well. If you
Like,
reach out.
I don't know. I think that they were specifically targeting this sword.
But they're sending the kids somewhere.
Jesus. Yes. From what I understood, they were sending them south to be relocated to work on help on farms with the harvest. Then they were going to return here. It was all special arrangement that Brother Anselm made with some other people on the High Council. He said, I believed him because I never even suspected. How did you come to this knowledge?
I said, we went to deal with a problem in Pine Pass, and in just talking with the cleric there, we asked him if he knew Brother Anselm, and he said, "Oh yes," and then the story just flowed out of him.
But
You
in
know,
all honesty, we've suspected Brother Anselm for a while as not being a true follower of Pelor.
He says, "This is very well done." He goes, "I will do what I can to find out the other traitors who helped Brother Anselm, and then I will make sure that he does not leave the city. He will be brought to justice.
Right.
You go to
You
this.
can arrest him if you want, Sam Doll.
I'm not gonna arrest him.
I know.
We're not going to waste a cell on this guy.
I put out a bolo on him.
A bolo?
Mhm.
What is a bolo?"
Be on the lookout.
All right. Clever. All right.
That's the medieval version of an APB.
BPO Bolo. Hold on a second.
He's leaving. Where's he going?
To help Olivia with the TV, I think.
Oh, I thought the TV was on back there.
It looks surprisingly like Poltergeist.
She's playing The Sims. I don't know why it looks.
I know he's getting a drink.
You know what? If he's getting a drink, I'll be right back.
I haven't finished my meal. I drink
So
slowly.
why
here.
did he want us? Why did he want us to launch this artifact if he was going to steal it in the end?
Because he was going to frame us. He was setting us up.
Mm,
He also
did-
lied to us about what it was.
right.
But only his cronies were there, so there was no one there to say anything different.
Oh, he's so dead.
All right.
I'm gonna chase this some bitch to the ends of the earth if he gets away.
All right. You guys have like some serious I don't know, like arch enemies. Mongrel Man and Freeze.
Yeah, I wonder how that happens, Keith.
Yeah, he makes it sound like we're bad.
You
We have
guys just keep finding all these enemies. How do you guys do that? Where
Yeah,
does
come
this
on.
come from?
And so many orphans.
Yeah, some friends. All right. So you're gonna go straight to that place,
Oh, yeah.
It's downtown.
bridge. All right.
We no fucking around.
All right. Now it is getting late.
Are we
Okay.
prepared to go to the bridge?
I'm fine.
Everybody's got
You're-
magic weapons. They're fine.
Hey, we made an appointment with him. Remember?
Yeah.
It was for tomorrow night, technically. You're showing up a night early.
Sam
That's
Doll's
all
not
right.
that smart though.
No, I thought
He
it
gets
was
his names
tonight.
mixed up all the
Oh, I
time.
thought it was tonight. You mind if we come in? Thanks.
All right.
Friendly ask a few friendly questions.
How you doing?
All right. As you guys are walking, you hear Harper call out, Amber, Amber.
Where?
She's running down the street with Reza.
Oh, thank God.
She's like, we went to the castle, but you guys weren't there anymore.
And I'm like, Brother Anselm took off. I said he left. He killed several children before he left.
He killed children?
Yes.
And then he's still the
And I'm like,
artifact.
the rest of the paladins and the priests at the temple know that he's a traitor. They're rounding up the guards that are, like,
Loyal.
not anyone who's not a paladin or a cleric, basically.
She says, "Oh, good. There was definitely something weird going on over there."
And I'm like, right now we need to go find Brother Anselm. Do you have any, have you heard any word about where he might be? Has he been seen?
Rez is like, "Well, I actually know that there's a guy that has been working with Brother Anselm. I found out while you guys were, I don't know, what were you doing, killing giants?"
Yes. Who's the guy?
He's like, he's a smuggler. He's a real piece of garbage. He's been helping smuggle children out of the city.
Who? This is the guy we need.
He says, his name is Chrislin.
Chrislin?
Where is he?
He says, usually you can find him. He hangs out actually at the Singing Sword.
Want to go there?
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, does he have a ship in the harbor? Which one is his? Do you know?
He goes, yeah, he's got a ship. It's a real, like, I like him. It's a real piece of garbage.
And I'm like,
He goes,
The ship.
do you want to go to the ship and go to the Singing Sword, or should we just go straight to the ship? Because if they're trying to get out of here, that's where he's gonna be.
How about me and Kate go to the Singing Sword? You and Sledge go to the ship.
All right.
And if I can't find him there, I'll head back to the dock quickly.
Okay.
Or I'll
I'll
send.
send Simon with them. That way we can switch.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right,
okay.
break.
All right. So wait, who and who?
Ember
Come
and
on.
I.
Attention.
Ember and Sledge are going to the docks.
Okay.
Damdell and Kate
Simon.
are going to the Singing Sword.
Okay.
Simon's
Simon.
going with
Simon
them.
is following us, and if
Okay,
they find anything at the Singing Sword, we'll be able to swap.
What about Harper and Reza? Where are they going? Are they just going to go home?
Do you guys want to come? You can come to the docks, but I mean, it could get ugly there.
It's gonna get
All
ugly.
right. Reza, you see, Harper says, I think I need to go back to the Downey Tower.
I'm like, I think you should be safe. I said, all of the priests that were collecting children are gone.
He says, yeah, I think I need rest.
Been through
Okay.
a lot.
Reza's like, do you want me to make sure that she gets there safely?
Yeah, can you get her there and then meet us at the docks?
Sure. I could do that. Why not?
What, are you tired? Did you also kill 9 giants?
He goes, well,
It's not
if you
enough.
need-
I'm like, take a horse.
all right,
I
fine.
know I have to have horses. Come on.
All right, fine. I'll meet you there.
All right.
Oh, by the way, hold on a second.
Is this before we leave?
Before he leaves?
We do.
Yes. Before you guys leave.
Before we split
Oh,
up.
what about, has anybody seen Cecilia since yesterday?
He goes, I have not seen her.
Right. That's no,
That's not great.
yeah, that's not great.
He says, by the way, the name of the ship that Chrislin has, it's
Mhm.
called Silent Arrow. He
All
goes,
right.
the harbor master will know it if it's
All
there.
right. When was the last time you saw Chrislin?
And he goes, yesterday.
Not today, though. All right.
What does he look like?
You
I'm
think we
blanking.
could catch it with the jewel if we needed to? It's probably headed to Parth.
He goes, oh, he goes, the jewel could catch it for sure.
All right.
No, unless it's magical.
He says he says he's a short human. He's got mostly bald on the top, but he's got long greasy black hair, and he's got a long black mustache that he likes to put wax in.
Gross.
I hope it's wax.
It kind of sounds like the dungeon master.
Put wax in my mustache.
No, not you. From the
No,
old
from the
cartoon.
D&D cartoon.
Oh, well, he didn't have black hair. I was like,
No.
wow.
But he did
Dude, that
have,
just-
he was bald on the top and he had long stringy hair with a long skinny mustache.
Yeah. And you know, I always felt like the dungeon master was like, why couldn't they make him a cool, like he could have been a wizard, like he could have been, you know, they made him into
didn't
like
have a-
Yoda.
That shows him.
He didn't have a mustache. He just had those two long pieces of hair that were down over his.
That's right. He didn't have a mustache.
Ears.
He didn't.
Oh, I thought he had like a Fu Manchu.
No, but that was
No.
his short and bald with long hair.
Oh no, that was his sideburns.
Yeah,
Yep.
his really long sideburns.
All right, sorry.
All right. Anyway,
I'm glad we
So-
sorted that out.
Yeah, that was important.
all right. So you guys split up.
Okay.
All right. Let me roll.
We
Fast forward.
All right. Fast forward.
kill everybody.
All right, Ember and Sledge. You guys go to the dock.
Yep.
And you see the harbor master is there.
All right, I step. Are there guards there? Because this is a way out of the city.
Not yet. But I mean, you had to go through the gate. There were guards at the gate.
All right.
Ask them if they've seen Brother Ambrose
Have you?
or Ansem.
I ask at the gate. Has Brother Anselm been through here in the last day?
Brother Anselm from the High Council? No.
No. Okay. I say, have you received the captain's word to be on the lookout for him?
No.
I'm like, okay, well, he sent the order. He's spreading it. Please make sure you pass it along. I'm like, there will also be some paladins from the temple coming to guard the gate. Make sure no one leaves the city.
He says, yes, ma'am.
And I say, I'm expecting a companion from my boat, Reza. He should be on a horse. Let him through. No one else.
No one else?
No one else.
No one else.
He says,
I mean-
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He goes, should we close the gate after you leave?
Couldn't hurt.
Couldn't. Good answer. Couldn't hurt.
He says, very good. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm like, there
All
are
right.
still travelers arriving like at this late hour, right? Like you're not travelers trickling in at this time.
Not really, but I mean, some,
Well, we're on
you
lockdown
know,
anyway, so tough titty.
yeah. If the festival started, definitely there would be people going in and out.
All right.
But you still have like a day and a half. So,
All right.
all right. So you go down to the shipyard, and you see the harbor master there.
All right. I stop in, say
Okay.
hello, ask if it's been a busy evening.
He's like, he goes, non-stop, Captain. He goes, there's been so many boats coming in, everybody coming from all over the place for the celebration.
They have to pay to dock, right?
He goes, yeah.
I'm like, good bit of coin for you in the city then. And I said,
He
how
goes,
about
well, for the queen.
I'm like, you're paid well.
And he goes, I'm paid fairly, I say.
And I say, I'm looking for a particular ship.
He goes,
To put it
he goes,
generously.
you mean the Victory Jewel, of course.
Oh no, not my ship. I'm wondering if
He goes, well,
Chryslin's,
we've had
Chryslin's craft, the Silent Arrow,
he
is
goes,
here.
He goes, Silent Arrow. Hold on one moment. Let me look. And he goes, no, I was joking with you because there's so many people that come here asking after your ship.
Just to look at it?
I suppose they ask me questions about it all the time. Just yesterday,
Who was asking about my ship?
It's yesterday.
Was it a little hobbit?
uh, you mean a halfling?
Yeah.
Hobbits are copywritten by the Tolkien family. We don't call them. He goes, how did you know?
I'm like, yeah, I ran into him at the Singing Sword. And I'm like, what did he want to know?
He says, just which one was the Victory Jewel?
Hmm.
He
Needs
says,
to go out of port.
okay. He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, Silent Arrow, here it is. He goes, yeah, they just pulled into port day before yesterday. They've
Still here?
been in and out of this port quite a bit over the last few months.
Those whores.
Hmm.
And
I'm like-
he says, funny thing, they always set out at night time too. And he goes, I told some of the city guard, they said they didn't have time or people to check it out, that they would get to it as soon as possible.
I'm like, unfortunate that. I'm like, what about now? Is it still here?
Oh yeah, it's still here. He goes, this is the funny thing too. Every time Captain Chrislin comes, he leaves the city, he comes back with a different crew.
That's not funny. I'm like, you and I both know it's not funny.
He goes, it ain't right.
No. I'm like, where does he dock?
He goes, I'll show you. Slip number 39. Straight down, make a left, and then straight ahead.
Okay. And where's my ship or ships?
You're,
I didn't ask
well,
him. I'm asking you, Keith. I assume I know where they are.
You've got like VIP parking in the ship.
All right. So
shipyard.
I can see it like from where we
You can
are.
see the Victory Jewel like right by the harbor master's place.
All right. I'm like, all right, thank you. I give him a silver piece. I don't know. Is it normal to tip this guy? Like,
Doesn't matter. Should do it anyway.
Well, he said he's paid fairly, but not he's not rich.
all right, give him a gold piece then.
All right. He's like, oh, thank you, Captain.
And I'm like, thanks for your help. I'm like, next time you have news for the city guard, tell them the captain wants your news. And I'm like, that was good information.
He goes, I will indeed.
All right, before we go, I want to stop in the Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Is who's on the
Cup
ship?
of rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Jewel. I'm gonna get a rotisserie chicken
That's hysterical.
and a fresh frozen pizza.
Tell them to cast off.
All right. Pretty much everybody at the Victory Jewel is sleeping.
Well, I need to find Bert. It's like 10:30. There's sailors. They're in bed already.
They're getting ready.
Yeah. Before I look for anybody, I just like put my hands on the rails
Mm-hmm.
and just like kind of like listen to the ship.
All right. The ship just you hear the wood, and you can actually hear this too, Sledge.
Okay.
You hear the wood kind of groans a little bit, and there's almost like a light breeze that lifts the pinions, the little banners
Uh-huh.
along the ropes, and you almost hear like a sigh, like ah. And
have a
you see that
special bond with this ship, don't
the ship kind of like creaks a little bit, like, "Arr," and it almost leans towards where you're getting on the boat.
Okay.
you? Like, you have a special bond with this boat.
I'm like, I do.
I touch its banister. Do I sense life?
You feel like it's the wood is warm, even though it's like late autumn,
Right on. Okay.
winter, even. So
Yeah. All right.
So when I listen to the ship, do I hear anything?
no, the ship doesn't speak to you. It just kind of you feel good and comfortable, and it feels like the ship is happy that you've come back.
Maybe ask it.
So I thought I could like hear what was happening on the ship too. Or the
Oh.
ship tell me what did happen on the ship. Like that's
That-
why I said I put my hands
Are,
And
are you
listen.
trying listen? Oh, okay.
like, yeah.
So, there's nothing of interest has happened for some time since you left. The ship is
Okay.
to see you, but it's been idle for a long time and wishes to go back out to sea.
Okay. I mean, it's only been like 4 days. It's just been a really crazy 4 days.
Yeah,
a long
but the
time
ship
for a
still
ship.
wants to. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So no one has really come to the ship. Can
A
I
ship's
tell
got
if
a
Bert's
ship.
awake? Can I hear him?
yeah. He's awake. You see, he's sitting on the deck. He's smoking a pipe.
All right.
He's like,
I was
oh,
here the whole time.
he's like, Captain.
He's probably used to me coming in and checking in with the ship before I talk to people, though.
He says, hey. He goes, hi, Captain.
I'm like, Bert, did a halfling come here to try and talk you into a job?
Halfling?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, there's some shady business happening in the city. I'm like, I said there's
Temple
a
of Pelor.
priest, there's a man impersonating a priest at the Temple of Pelor, Brother Anselm. I don't know if you've heard of him. I'm like, we're looking for him now. And I'm like, but he was working with a smuggler, Chrislin. Have you heard
He
of
goes-
him?
He goes, oh, he's a piece of garbage.
I'm like, he's been smuggling the orphans out of the city.
Smuggling plums.
I'm like, and their parting move was to slaughter about 6 kids tonight. I'm like, we're
And
looking
steal
for
the
him.
artifact.
Ship's in slip 39. But if he's taken off, we need to be ready to pursue.
He goes, oh, should I wake the crew then?
I'm like, yep,
And
ready
he
to
says,
ship.
should we go? He goes, should we go with you?
And I'm like, to Chrislin's? I'm like, get the crew to start readying the ship in case he's already gone, because they're going to be trying to leave. I'm like, maybe you and Karos come with me.
He says, well, definitely Karos. He goes, Karos.
I'm like, you can stay behind if you want to, Bert. I'm like, I've got Sledge. Sledge, you haven't met Bert.
Says,
have you? This is my first.
beg your pardon.
Nice to
He
meet
goes, beg your pardon, Captain. I'm a little old for that behavior. He goes, but Karos, Karos, get your trident. You see Karos is like, of course, just kind of standing out looking at the water. He goes,
Mhm.
aye, Captain.
I lean over to Ember. I'm like, does everyone have cool weapons?
All right. He goes, pleased to meet you.
Does everyone what?
I like,
Have
does
cool
everyone
weapons?
have cool weapons?
It says my internet connection is
Did I-
unstable, guys. On the ship, yeah.
I'm sorry,
All
what
right,
did he
so are
say?
we
Does
ready then?
everyone
Can
have
we-
what?
Let's start
Cool
making our way
weapons.
down. to 30. He said, does everyone have cool weapons? I said, on the ship, yeah.
Because the guy just walks out with the trident. Ember's got these bracelets. Like everybody's got cool weapons. I thought I was the only magical thing. I didn't realize everything
Yes.
else was magical. For my character.
I don't got nothing.
You are like 100% magical.
Yeah. Missing a
Especially your
shield.
pretty little soul.
Are we gonna have to quit right now?
No, I don't know. My internet
I'm-
was unstable, but it seems like it's stopping whatever it was
Okay.
doing before.
He said she's got to go at 9.
I
Yeah,
have to go
I-
at. Yeah, I'm gonna
At
have to leave
9.
pretty soon.
Actually, why don't we leave off here? Samdal and Kate are going to the Singing Sword. You guys are about to go and check out the silent. What was it called?
Silent Arrow.
The silent
Silent
arrow
Arrow.
and
All right.
garbage
Silent
Christmas.
night, the holy night.
Ah.